I just got that started today as well. Some changes. But what's going on, guys? Watching on Twitch and YouTube and wherever you find this, Google videos and wherever. We have a team game here, and this was played, like I said, about like 10 hours ago, 15 hours ago, whatever. So it's fairly recent, and I'm excited to show this to you. I heard it's a really good game. I heard it's a really good game, and not many people have seen it yet. And at least if you're decently in my time zone, you probably haven't. I mean, it's 4 a.m. It was played at 4 a.m. my time. So it was either like super, super late for you or super, super early. So I'm hoping most of you haven't seen this. So anyway, let's introduce the players and kind of get in my team game mentality because I gotta, you know, talk a lot. So we have Miguel here, and he's playing as Persians. And it looks as though, with a quick glance, he is playing on the flank. And so Persian's flank for Miguel. His pocket is Nikov, who is the strongest, highest-ranked team game player on Voobly last time I checked. He's playing as the Celts in the green. Then we have in the purple-pink, whatever floats your boat, depending on how your eyes see things. We have Juan playing as the Byzantines. He is always this color. Isn't he always this color? Like, you guys tell, I feel like he's always this color. He likes it for some reason. Some players do. But anyway, he's playing as the Byzantines, and he's the flank, obviously. So across from Juan, we have Goku. Goku's playing as the Persians' flank. Then we have his pocket, who is Fire, who we just obviously saw earlier in the 1v1s, playing as the Byzantines. And then we have the other flank, Dogal, playing as the Celts. So obviously we have mirrored civs. And with the mirrored civs, that'll make things interesting. We have different pockets, so we have Celts pocket on this side, and back on this side we have Fire Byzantines. So we'll see how that goes. And quick apologies to everyone that's getting timed out. I don't know why Nightbot is being so picky, but I'll try and adjust the settings. It's my first stream with Nightbot, and it seems to be causing some problems. And it even timed Jeanette out, and I felt kind of bad. So, good friend. So anyway, we have things rolling here, and let's just pay attention to what the flanks are doing for now. We can kind of assume, I mean, there's no Mongols playing, so we can kind of assume that the pockets are just going to do their castle thing, fast castle thing, and we'll see what the pocket plays are. We're going to take a, pocket play. That should be a thing, pocket play. Anyway, but the flanks here, I'm gonna put that one in my toolbox for next time. And Miguel here, he's playing as the Persians on the flank, and he has 4 on wood. He's obviously here playing against Celts and Dogal. And Dogal, he's Celt, so probably go Drosh. I mean, that's what I'm expecting. You know, I'm going to watch this weak villager here. I'm interested if that's going to attack the boar. That boar could have attacked the villager. That would have been funny to see. But anyway, I'm expecting both these guys to Drosh just based off the builds they're doing. But look, Dogal has been laming. And is he going to get it in? One more hit on that scout and it's down, but that wood villager can shoot the boar. And oh, but look, Miguel has gotten it back. Is he going to complete it? Yeah, wow, way to go for Miguel. Great awareness, honestly. It looks like Dogal had to flee one to keep his scout alive, but I don't know what Dogal's going to do now. With his scout, he can't hit the boar again. And very, very nice. It's not ideal for Miguel to have to lure his boar back to his base. I guess he could just run away and the boar will go back to its starting position anyway. But, yeah, that's really nice recovery. Back on this side, I'm just going to try and get my bearings, and it doesn't look like there's any laming going on. But, you know what? Miguel, he's got skills, and he's just gonna lure it back to his TC so his villagers don't have to do so. And, all the while, it looks like he made a couple extra farms just so in case he lost the boar. So are we having the drush? Well, it looks like Miguel, he is not drushing. And I kind of, now looking at his map a little bit more, I kind of agree with that decision. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I didn't even address the maps, but check it out. I mean, he has decent walls here. And he could just build his barracks here, a little bit of palisading here, and he's not going to be using any gold for the foreseeable future. He could deal with the drush quite easily. Wow, that's a lot of walling, and he's going to be drushing. Looks like, just take a quick look. We have the Drush coming out across from Dogao. Is he going to be successful with it? I don't think so. And we have a Drush coming across from Goku. Wolf going to have something to say about that. So all the flanks are drushing, it seems, except Miguel, and I expect scouts from him. So anyway, with that, I'll speed it up a little bit. And yeah. So pockets, of course, not going to really have too many issues getting up to the next stage, I don't think. Yeah, Byzantines versus what, Celts? That's going to be interesting because they both have really sucky knights. And, of course, Byzantines get camels, which is going to be helpful. But, you know, knights are a lot quicker in team games. And are they going to choose to go knights because it's quicker? I think so. I think that'd be the wise decision. But they could go crossbows. They could choose to mix it up a little bit. We'll see. Now, with Miguel walling like this and Dogao seeing that, he just flat out cannot do anything. He's probably going to send his rush this direction. And, oh, Miguel, nice. Finally getting that scout, which caused him a lot of problems. But, yeah, Dogao's probably just going to push out to the pocket. Is it going to cause a lot of problems? We'll see. But Miguel's already said in the chat he's here, and he said he's there now. So, funny. So Nikov knows what's up, and these guys kind of canceling each other out in the Drush, it looks like. Goku's actually gotten a kill on Juan, which is interesting because he got hit by a wolf, and I don't really see that Juan got hit by any wolves. Probably really poor micro, and he's going to hide behind his walls. 3 militia left for Goku, but he's going to run into a lot of walls. Now, what's the play going to be for Juan as Byzantines with all these walls? We'll have to see. It's kind of hard for me to say what everyone's going to do here, except for Persians going knights. I assume everyone's going to go knights, but, you know, Celts and Byzantines, they don't have the best knights, so they could possibly justify going another direction. We will have to see. Now, Miguel. Well, let's see if I can find Miguel here. Miguel, he's going with the scouts out this direction and more walling. So I knew this was going to be a long, drawn-out game, but walling probably kind of because of that, but of course we're only 13 minutes into the game, and I knew there's a lot of death and destruction and craziness in this game. But Miguel, he's sending out his scouts now, and he's actually going to stop this walling. Dogao isn't even up yet. Remember, his Drush is over on Nikov, and Vil's going to go down, and still scouts coming out from Miguel. If he's able to keep this up, he could really do some damage. Dogao, is he going to try and quick wall, or is he going to fight? He's going to fight, and well, he's going to lose a villager, I would think, if he chooses to fight. And Miguel's probably going to back out now. That's really, really nice for Miguel. A really, really nice fight. And now the spear is able to come out for Dogao because he is now feudal age. Now, Fire, he is up to that next stage now. Or clicked up, sorry. And Nikov, literally a second behind. And Dogao doesn't look like it's done too much on this side. All the quick walls have been completely fine. And Goku's come over this side as well. So Nikov's having to deal with an awful lot. If you take a quick look at Nikov, he's dealing with a lot of these Drushes here. And does he have the stable? Yeah, he is going to go knights, and I think that's going to be the best approach. But that's annoying is what it is. Now, scouts are still here from Miguel, and Miguel, he's going to try and do damage on the Fire. Now, Fire isn't quick-walled everywhere. He's quick-walled here, but this secondary wood line is open. And, well, he has this spear here. Fire could hold off, gets the quick wall up, and yeah. I mean, these guys know the pressure's coming in now for Miguel. He's already hit Dogao. And I have to say, Dogao, he's clicked up now, but that's a little bit later than he would have wanted, I would think. Have to see. It's still in a very good time, to be honest. So, if you take a look at the HP on these Drushes that are still kind of hanging out, I'm not seeing enough to justify the Man-at-Arms upgrade. Obviously, these guys are on their way to Castle Age. It hasn't come in. But a win for them to kind of make this villager repair this palisade wall. Now, why one villager can repair a palisade wall while 6 units attack it and it be almost rebuilt, I don't know, but in this situation it's working out for Nikov, and that's just the way the game works. Miguel, he's going to have to flee here. He has done almost nothing. And he started a little bit of a wall here, and he's even gotten a tower up there. And Dogal on this side, as Celt, going the standard crossbow route, it seems, in the Castle Age. And I love Celts. I love Celts. They're a fun civ, and I'm glad to see we're going to see the crossbows. The thing is, we have Celts here as pocket from Nikov, and he's not going to be able to go crossbows. He needs to get out across the map fast, so it makes things also interesting. So it's like, who do you want as pocket? Do you want Byzantines as pocket, or do you want Celts as pocket? Personally, I would say the fact that the camels or Byzantines are in pocket, I would prefer Byzantines in this situation, because we're going to have knights coming out from a lot of these players. But anyway, we'll see how these guys play it out and how the matchups work. I can't really say. I can only speculate. And Miguel, he's finally clicked up, and I think that's good. He's going to get there, and Dogal hasn't really hit yet. And because of that, I think he's going to have the time. He has these little walls going up, but I think he's going to be fine, even with that tower there. And he's going to be going knights. Now, the benefit for Miguel here of going knights, of course, that's kind of standard in this situation, is that he's going to have +2 attack versus archers as the Persian bonus, versus Dogal here who's playing as a Celt. So it'll make things interesting. Of course, Fire could send his camels over to help out. But who knows? Miguel's here with his scouts, and there are knights there from Goku, but can he get a Vil? I mean, I feel like these units aren't going to really have that much to do the rest of this game. Miguel could have taken a risk there. It looks like he's going to just draw these knights away. Back on this side, Juan, he is making his own camels, and he's going to be sending them at the Persians player. So we have camels, knights, crossbows, lots of variety. In a 3v3, it's really, really important to see how helpful the pocket player is, because if they don't help the right side, or if they aren't able to send help at all, then that could be a real problem. Nikov here, sending knights over, and just delaying a couple farms. It looks like, you know, Goku's wise to that. But if you notice, both Fire and Nikov have gone up to 3 TC, so I don't think they're going the highest of aggression here. Dogal coming in on this gold, and getting a Vil, getting 2 Vils possibly. Yep, there we go. And Fire's coming in as well with his camels to help out on these knights. And I think he's going to be able to help out here significantly. Dogal's going to be able to push him possibly on that wood line, and he gold as well. It's going to be a problem here for Miguel, and this is the trouble with going the 3 TC route. You cannot help your flank. Like I said, the pocket in this situation really needs to be helping out, and Miguel obviously needs the help right now. This wood line, I mean, maybe he's going to be forced over to that one. I have no clue what the play is right now for Miguel. He has a lot of camels there from Fire he doesn't want to deal with, and the crossbows and the spear even. It's going to be hard. Now, Nikov, he's going as far as to send these knights all the way across the map, possibly. We'll see. It's really bad. I mean, even if Nikov has a big boom, he can't lose Miguel. He really can't afford to lose him. And, well, Miguel's quick wall in here. The camels are coming in. Camels don't want to get near the TC Fire for sure. But that house isn't really all that high in HP. Is Miguel going to sacrifice a villager to try and quick wall it? Oh, very, very close. And it looks like Miguel, with +1, is going to try and engage it. These units. And I don't know if that's a smart decision. He might want to delete these walls before he does it to attack the crossbows. And he's going to lose these units here, I think, because the camels are in there. That might not have been a fight he wanted to take. He's going to lure the camels back to the TC, which is nice, but now his gold's getting hit. This is not good for Miguel. Where is Nikov? Where is Nikov? I have no clue where Nikov is right now. And what is Miguel going to do? I'm actually going to pay attention to Miguel. He got the market up, which really surprised me. I don't know if it's the buy resources, if we're actually going to see a sling. But Nikov's kind of here. He doesn't have many upgrades, and Fire seems to be dealing with any pressure he's receiving quite well. Back on this side, I did notice the yellow, and I don't think these knights are going to do too much from Goku, seeing as these camels are going to come out from Juan. But the biggest trouble right now is all for Miguel. I mean, is he going to flee with these villagers as well? The crossbows just having their way with Miguel right now. Not good. Not good at all. And Nikov, He's at 3 military. 3 military. This is the most frustrating situation right now if you're Miguel, as your pocket goes up to, what, 5 TCs and lets you die. Very, very frustrating. So Miguel's going to run, and it's not often you see this. I mean, look at their rankings there. It's not often you see this in this type of matchup, is it? And I can't understand what they're saying in the chat. Maybe someone in the Twitch chat can tell me, but I don't know what he's saying. He's saying that the 5 TCs is going to help out here, but check this out. The camels are coming out, and the crossbows are coming out, and is he going to get this TC up? I think he is. He's going to lose villagers, and he's not going to be able to do anything with it. Still here, he's losing units trying to defend this TC, which isn't doing anything, and Miguel, obviously in the chat, isn't happy. Miguel's on, like, 30 vills right now. Oh, he didn't even get the TC up. I was confused because the Persians have the 4,800 HP TCs, and so I was like, oh, he gets the 2,400, he's fine. He didn't even get it up, guys. And so now, everything is here. I'm kind of frustrated for Miguel right now. Nikov still on 3 military. So, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but what do you agree with Nikov's decision? I don't agree with it at all. Not really great pocket play in my opinion. Now, if you look at the villagers, you're going to see that Nikov's at 91, which is quite high. Juan's at 73, which is almost close to the second highest. Considering he's a flank, it's pretty high compared to everyone else. He could possibly pull this back. We have Fire already on his way to Imperial. He's been on, what, 4 TCs? Just 3 TCs. And also, Juan clicked up, Nikov clicked up. Can they pull this one back, possibly? We'll see. Now, this is kind of an important thing for Nikov to push away. He has 3 military units right now, and the problem is, you know, he has nothing to defend against these incoming units. He's going to need to defend, and if he can't defend, as one villager comes out to build this TC from Miguel, if he can't defend, then his imp is not going to work out. You know, it's not going to work out for him. He's going to lose a villager too. I don't think that's the biggest deal. But with a lot of TCs, he has cover fire. His places he can hide. He's going to want the siege workshop up. He's not going to get it up. Obviously, I think he's going for Wodies because he's going to get the stone in for sure. But Nikov, how's he going to defend from this raiding? I'm not quite sure. We have Fire out here with a lot of units. And Miguel, he's just trying to get above 50 pop right now. It's really bad. And I'm interested also on this side. We have the Knights coming in, but still not doing all that much. Goku really doing very little. And I think the Heavy Camel is going to come out from one, and it'll be fine against Goku there. So, you know, still over on this side. That's a siege workshop that didn't go up for Nikov. Still no castle. There we go, going up now. And this isn't pretty, but he might be okay if he gets the upgrades. He's getting scale mail arm now. I think in trouble, of course, is Nikov's team because Miguel's pretty much out of it. We'll see. We'll see here. I don't think the siege is necessarily needed in this situation. The woads are going to be pretty strong when they get fully upgraded. But I'm interested to see here how the camels do. I assume Juan's going to go right for either Halb or the heavy camel upgrade, and probably both at some point. There you go. He has a lot of pikemen. Probably pikemen first at this rate. And yeah, he's already got defense upgrade. He's probably going to get Halb first, excuse me. And then he only, yeah, definitely going Halb first. But yeah, I mean, look at this, losing Vills here. Fire's just chilling out with his camels. Not good play from Nikov. Not good play to have no defense here. And luckily, Miguel's kind of been untouched now. He's kind of been untouched. And we will see. Of course, Fire going Cavalier now. He doesn't have that many of them out. He made a lot of camels. And back on this side, he has a couple of them. But the Halbs, soon to be Halbs, you would think. There we go. Halbs coming in for Juan. Might be able to defend. Of course, Byzantines can make a lot of trash. Juan doesn't have that much wood. Probably should send these guys up to wood. And is Nikov going to be able to help out? Still, this wood's being delayed. what is Nikov doing right now? He's making woads. He's in a bit of trouble. Still has not built the siege workshop, which could have cleaned up some of these crossbows. And we'll see, guys. We'll see. Right now, it looks like Juan actually pushing out across with these halbs, which is pretty nice. I mean, these Castle Age Knights not doing the best against them. And Juan seems to be pushing back that fight there. Back up this side. Crossbows still doing I gotta say, Dogao has done an awful lot with the small amount of crossbows he has. I think the Woad Raiders are going to be just fine with the upgrades and the speed they have. But look at kind of the messy economy it's caused Nikov. We'll see. Woad Raiders should be able to gang up quite well on those units. Now, Dogao's quicked up the Imp, and Miguel, he's struggling to reboom. He's not going to have much defense against a Celt Imperial. So Nikov's going to have to help out. He didn't help out in Castle Age, so hopefully he'll help out in Imperial. That means Juan's going to have to be strong. And Juan seems to be going heavy into Halb production right now. And getting some eco upgrades right now. He's getting chemistry, which leads me to believe he could be going hand cannons. And getting some decent upgrades right now. But is he going to have the military for it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. We can only wait and hope for Miguel, really, because Miguel's going to be in a bit of trouble. But I think Miguel's choice is smart. He pretty much went all or nothing eco. All or nothing eco to try and get back into it. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TCs, and it's pretty much all I can do at this point. Just try and get back into it and hope he doesn't die. Now, Fire, he's pushing in with his Cavaliers. Of course, Byzantines can get Paladin, and Paladin are strong, even though Byzantines don't have the strongest Paladin. He seems to be pushing everywhere with them as well, which is nice for Fire. I still say the Halbs are going to be decently strong for Juan. But look at this, he's doing some damage here for sure. If he gets into that gold line, on this side he's on the wood line as well. He's going to pick off some builds there, which is really nice. He's going to get that last one. No, not quite. Back on this side, he's on the gold though, and Fire's doing an excellent job. What is the choice for Nikov? Still at this point, only 15 military? Nikov. I had higher hopes for you, because right now we have Fire pushing in with the Cavalier onto Miguel, and Miguel, you know, like I said, he's just trying to reboom. He's just trying to be helped out for once this game, and he's having a little bit of trouble, isn't he? Nikov is at 140 villagers. 140 villagers. He's got an elite Woad Raider. He's definitely playing late game here. I don't know how late it's gonna get. If it stays this way, you know, if it stays this way. So we'll see. You know, Nikov has a significant amount more villagers. The elite Woad Raiders can really do a lot of damage if there gets to be a lot of them, but I like that Fire is killing a lot of villagers in these raids. However, he needs to do significant damage. He needs to start taking out castles. He needs to start really damaging these buildings and the entire eco instead of just nitpicking little raids, because the castles have come up for Nikov, and he's going to start streaming these woads out, and they're going to get fully upgraded in time. And Nikov getting Karto. Now back on this side, check this out. Goku's actually up against it right now. The Halbs are here, and I hear hand cannon somewhere. Yeah, the hand cannon mix is in there as well. Juan seems to be investing in them, and I have to say, I'm somewhat surprised. Oh, there we go. Because I was like, where is Fire? He's going Cataphracts, and I don't know if that's the best choice. It looks like both Goku and Juan have chosen to go with the hand cannons, but you got to get the hand cannons in mass. And Juan being incredibly aggressive, and it looks like some loads are coming in as well on this side to help out from Nikov. And this here with the Rams is exactly what wasn't being done anywhere else. This large push with Siege wasn't being done anywhere else, and this is really nice push. Really smart from Juan, and Goku's in trouble now for sure. He doesn't have much military. He's low on bills, and actually Miguel is ahead of him at this point because no damage has come in with any siege. We've had a little bit of a boom here from Dogao, which was just misguided in my opinion. He's been getting elite Woad Raider, and he could have easily killed Miguel earlier on. So he probably wasn't expecting the big boom from Nikov and the lack of help from Nikov, but it hasn't paid off. It hasn't paid off because Miguel possibly going to get back into this game, and Goku could be out of it at this rate. So, we have the hand cannons here from both these players. Juan having an extra upgrade, but Fire, I'm interested to see if the Elite Cataphracts actually have a huge part to play, because they need the mass, they need the upgrades. They're obviously good against Elite Woad Raiders, but they're expensive, man. It's more expensive to get the Elite Cataphract upgrade than it is to get the Paladin upgrade. And so, Paladins, of course, you can make out of stables. You need a castle for the Elite Cataphract, but GG to these Woad Raiders now. And Byzantines, of course, on this side from Juan is not going with Cataphract, so we can see if that pays off. But here we go, guys. We see the push continuing from Juan as he gets Siege Ram. I can't help but think that this push is probably the smartest thing we've seen in this game so far. Just cutthroat decision, which we didn't see from Dogal on this side. He still seems to be taking his time. He's sending in some units, it looks like, but Nikov's now there. He's had the time, and he looks like he's capped out and stayed at 145 bills. But in come the Elite Cataphracts. And I knew this was going to be a really nice game, and it looks like the Elite Cataphracts are actually going to help Nikov push back a little bit. He could reboom with some of the TCs he has here. He could rebuild down here as well if he needs to. He actually has 4 of them at first glance. And now's Goku needs to push back. Fire needs to push back on the side, you would think. You know, with the Elite Cataphracts providing as a good meat shield here, I feel like the hand cannons, excuse me, will do a decent job in this fight. But the hand cannons not having the meat shield there at that moment. Now, back on this side, you know, Nikov still helping out a little bit, which I like. And Miguel, he's getting Cavalier now. He's already up to Imperial Agent. I don't know how he was able to reboom that quickly after being down to 30 vills and everyone else almost doubled than him, but he did. He had the time, of course. And all these guys starting to get the markets up to get the trade going. And this could go late game, and we'll see how crazy it gets if that happens. Now, I'm liking the Siege Ram on this side from Juan. That's going to be really important to soak up a lot of, I guess in this case, cannon fire, but a lot of swords and whatnot attacks them. It decides fights, these Siege Rams, and you're going to see right now that even though he's less units, I think Juan will actually take this fight because these Siege Rams are here. Juan's choosing to go back, but it would have been close. He could have easily taken that fight. I think Goku's actually microing his men quite well. Now, back on this side, what's the choice going to be for Miguel? And it looks like right now he's going purely Cavalier. So, I like that choice a lot. We obviously see a weak Persians player over here in Goku. He's gone hand cannons and has not gone Cavalier because all these helps here from Juan. So, back on this side, we're going to see possibly Paladin from Miguel. And the unit choices are completely countering each other for the most part, which is really fun to see. We have even Scorpions coming in here from the middle from, what speed do I have it on? I think I should slow it down just a tad, from Nikov, and that's really, really going to be effective if they get into mass. But I don't know about it against Elite Cataphracts. I don't know if I agree with that decision. Of course, the upgrade to that is just food and wood, but I don't know if spending those resources is going to be the best. Thank you, Plum, for following. I actually don't catch all the follows, but I caught that one, so thank you so much for that. And here we go. Look at this. You know, the Cavalier don't seem to be near this TC at the moment, and I wonder if Miguel is going to choose to wait, or if he's going to choose to engage here. We'll have to check back up, because back on this side, the Cataphracts and the hand cannons continuing to fight. Only one, keep in mind, because Nikov seems to be helping out on the left side and fighting in the middle. I gotta love this castle placement, though. I gotta love it. I have to say, I think Siege Ram should come in for Nikov. He should have spent the food on that as opposed to heavy Scorpions. Might pay off, but anyway, this hill's going to be really nice in pushing in the middle here, and we'll see how it goes. Now here, still not engaging right now is Miguel. I feel like he should be able to have a favorable engagement. We need a little help here from Nikov, but, you know, Cavalier, decent against Elite Woad Raiders, especially if he gets the +4 and the Paladin in. And wise to the fact that this castle is being taken down, his fire is going to repair it. Back on this side, Juan's kind of being pushed back now. Or at least the push has been halted. And the trade lines are up, and there's not much walling going on, guys. There could be some real trade raiding going on, and look at that, we do have the trade raiding already going on, and Nikov's doing a good job. Those wood raiders are really fast, and what you need is some ranged units in there as opposed to a melee unit. It really does the damage. So though Miguel's up against it, I feel like Goku's been up against it in a similar amount, and Juan's been taking the fight here on this side for sure, and the Rams have kind of fizzled out from Juan. I gotta wonder where the resources are at for these guys. Dogao has a ton of resources. Low on gold for Nikov, decent for Goku, and obviously if you're low on gold at this point, you need to start getting the trade up and running. I feel like the spectator dashboard needs a trade cart section right here at the bottom, because it's not ideal, especially in like a 4v4 team game, for the caster to be toggling through every player. It's just really headachy. But check it out, we have the Scorpions, and it just fired like 18 bolts at one Cataphract, and it didn't go down. So I don't know if this is going to work out. We're going to see. The Cataphracts are going to attack uphill, and they're going to try and take out the trebs. And are the Cataphracts going to be able to take out these Scorpions? And I think the answer to that is definitely yes. I didn't agree with the Scorpion choice against Cataphract, but it looks like Miguel's going to come over and try and help out. And Paladin are actually, and of course we're not Paladin yet, Paladin are actually very good against Cataphracts. And saying that, Fire's going to go back, and I think it's actually a really good fight for him, though, to be able to try and fire uphill now a bit on this castle of Nikov. So the fight's continuing on this side, and I can't even follow it. Well, it looks like Goku's gotten a castle up, and I never really agree with why, if you don't have a foothold, why you put a forward castle up. Goku's actually putting another one up here, but he might lose this one, and I think for sure he's going to lose it. So that's a lot of stone that has been wasted, and like I said, these siege rems are really paying off from Juan. They the real MVP. Back on this side, though, I feel like I'm saying back on this side all game, because it's really hectic, this team game. But you know, Dogao's pushing in, and Nikov still a little bit misguided in where he's sending his units. I feel he's not helping as much as he should, and his push in the middle hasn't done all that much. But Miguel getting Paladin and raiding Goku from the left side could be a crucial blow. I mean, holy cow, he's killing a lot of villagers. Goku's reboomed above 100 now, but that could change quickly. And Juan's kind of up against it here. Look, he's building a castle there as well. Gonna probably see some trebs from Goku, but look, these are gonna be Paladins soon, and they could really come from behind and really do some help for Juan. I gotta say, they should probably start to wall off this trade, both these players. I mean, there's the walls from Dogao, actually, and I gotta say that's really smart, because these markets could go down quickly, the trade could go down, and you know, it's just not ideal to not have the walls up, because at a certain point in the game, you only depend on trade for your gold income, and it's getting there. It's getting there now. As the Paladin comes in for Miguel, and is he going to have enough units to kind of fight with Nikov here? Is Nikov going Halb? Well, looks like he might, because he's sending out the pikemen now. Of course, he already has the fully upgraded infantry, so he might as well go Halb. He's almost there. Just needs the upgrade for it. And I think it's going to be hard for them to wall, honestly. This trade's going all over the place, and I think that might be a downfall for them. A lot of elite Cataphracts for Fire. I want to see how many castles he has. Only 2 of them. Okay. I feel like he's going to want another one. He's going to go for another one as well. Look at that. The stone just disappearing. And so, obviously he needs the castles to make the elite Cataphracts. But Miguel over here really helping the push now for Juan. And another castle. This castle still up. Actually firing upon Juan's castle. But this castle's going to go down for Goku possibly. We'll have to see. Quite close. Oh, looks like it's going to stay up, and Fire's going to come out and come over and help. Back on this side, looks like kind of stalling is Dogao, while the fight is really going in on this side. And why have none of these guys on this side, both Goku and Fire, gone Siege Ram? I'm not sure. I feel like that would have been a really smart move. None of them chose to go on Siege Ram. I feel like in this situation, the Trebuchet is good. They can fire at the base of the castle, but Siege Ram, not just for destroying buildings, really good to help out attack as well. Miguel hasn't really done that much with his paladins, honestly. He's just been running around, it's not really killing all that much. That's never good. And Scorpion's doing decent defense against now the Halbs from Dogao. That's certainly going to be strong, but when the elite Cataphracts come in, that is not going to be good for the Scorpions, or even the Halbs for Nikov, and out come some trebs. And is this going to be the end of the castles here, which have provided so much cover for the middle? I think it might, at least one of them, because there's nothing here to really engage these trebs. You know, Miguel, he doesn't have many Paladin left, and he would be the one to be able to run over there quickly and engage them if they had the communication for that. We even have some Rams coming out as well, and oh, could take out the, yeah, definitely that Treb's going to go down. And that's really, really messy from Nikov, and kind of crazy stuff right now, because it looks like Dogao's pushing in on this side of Miguel, and if Miguel kind of loses his side, there's not that much space in between Miguel and the trade, and again, there's no walls yet. So anyway, the Trebs they're dropping here, and I think it's the end of this middle forward here of Nikov, and you know, Juan, though he is kind of holding this side, he's not doing an incredible amount. Juan, you are not Spanish. You are not Spanish. What are you doing? Let's see what Goku has here. He has a Treb in that castle. Make a freaking war elephant. Make something to kill these villagers. Send them out of the archery range and kill those. I don't know what Juan is doing. Maybe he thinks he has too many villagers, but he's gonna... What? Now he's gonna attack the blacksmith? I don't know what he's doing right now, but I think they're all gonna die if he continues to do it. This is more important though, because Dogao, he really has a nice push to him, let's be honest. And if these stables go down from Miguel, he can't even build Paladin, and he hasn't made really anything else all game. Miguel is now at 60 villagers, guys, and he's really hurting. Really hurting. I mean, Goku on the other side, he's of course in a bit of trouble as well, but he has a much larger eco and is at least able to boom. Miguel is losing TCs, and almost all his TCs are idle. And we don't see much help here from Nikov, who's only researching capped Ram. And where is the Siege Ram? I'm not sure. Fire. You know, oh, a huge Onager shot from Goku. So nice there. That's going to clean that up, you would think. But, you know, you don't see... you saw the Siege Ram come in from Fire. You haven't seen it yet from the Celts player, which is the strongest Siege Rams in this matchup. I don't understand that choice. Castle coming up from Dogao here, and you got to say that's really good positioning up on the hill. It's going to stop them from pushing back this side. And... I don't know. It's going to be Celts on this side. And Nikov, of course, is having to hold back the strong Cataphracts in the middle here. Though his Halbs and Scorpions might be holding them off at that amount. Juan, he's going to need to do some similar damage on this side. Did all those villagers die there? I'm really interested if they all died. I don't know. But yeah, he's going to have to kind of push in similarly on this side. I like the Onager choice from Goku, though, because, you know, he could really deal with these Arbalests quite well, which are going to kill the elite Cataphracts of Fire. Be interested to see how many he gets. Oh, he's building some more. I always love to see some Onager shots and some team games. It's really nice. Goku's also trying to raid some trade back there with some knights he has from the Castle Age. And, you know, I have to say, I think Dogao's push here is going to be the ending blow. And I don't like to call games early, but, you know, Fire, he's going to be able to push in that much easier in the middle here, because Nikov has to push everything else on the left side to help out Miguel. And at this point in the game, at an hour into the game, you need to stay pop capped. You know, you need to stay pop capped. It's 3v3. There should be 600 population for every team, and you just can't do that with Miguel so low. And Onager's shots are going to come in, and wow, lots of Arbalests died. And we could possibly have another one as well. I think Juan's kind of wise to it there. And, oh my gosh, nice little trap there. Oh, it's a shame that Onager went down, though. Had that Onager not been sniped, that's really smart from Juan, because had the Onager not been sniped, man, that would have been a really nice opportunity for an Onager shot. Oh, and the quick will not complete. And you know what? These Cataphracts from Fire are not able to help. There could be some decent trade rating here for sure. I like the castle placement from Fire on the trade. He, of course, knew what was up. But if there were more Arbalests here, I have to say that could be decent. We have Juan and Miguel here with some units. Going to try and cause some problems down here. Fire knows what's up. He's going to try and get a castle there. Is he going to get it in time? We'll see. Back on this side, trying to wall as well is Miguel. And is he going to be able to do it? I mean, the push is just coming in so strong from Dogao. Nikov, I like the heavy scorpions there helping out, but he can only hold for so long. He's losing ground. Is the castle going to get up? The Byzantine's castle's so strong. They just never go down. I think it's going to lose some vills, but I think it's going to go up. And though these halbs are going to be in the trade, Fire's going to be here, and he's just going to pick off a lot of units with his Cataphracts. And, oh, it's so close, though. It's so close. It didn't get up. And now it's really important to who wins this fight. Who's going to win it? Like I said, it's a shame that if there were Arbalests here, the trade could go down pretty quickly. And it looks like all the Arbalests are pretty much done. But there's Paladins here. I think eventually Fire will clean that up. But that's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts there. And the hold seems to be continuing a little bit. We have 71 vills from Miguel. He's a little bit higher. And the Scorpions really helped out. I have to say it. Behind the wood lines, been really helpful against infantry. Very strong. And yeah, this will be cleaned up here. Miguel asking for res. But just take a look at the trade lines, guys. I mean, if some Arbs got in there, if some hand cannons got in there, could really do something. But look at Nikov. He still has this frontier. Look at the amount of heavy Scorpions. And they're all aware of it at this point. That is a lot of heavy Scorpions. And Juan, he's gone Cataphract as well, which leads me to believe, he's going to be going as well with the Elite upgrade. And he's asking for resources. He has a lot of castles, and he could go with it. And both these Byzantine players are going to be going for that upgrade. Look at the Onager shot, getting a couple Scorpions there. I think it's important with the Scorpions, you have something to fight in front of it. You have to have something in front of it and have the Scorpions fire from behind. And Fire knows that's not the case. He's going to come and try and fight, but the Halbs are coming in, so are the Paladin. Dogao's still pushing on this side. Looks like he has some Rams here as well. And look at the amount of Scorpions from Nikov all over the map. I feel like it'd be wise for them to continue and finish this wall, but they haven't done that, and their trade is still really exposed. In fact, that trade cart could go down eventually. Every time it turns, it'll receive a hit. But back on this side is where the huge engagement is going to take place. And there's Cataphracts from both Byzantine players, but there's Scorpions here from the Celt player. And obviously really going to be effective. But what's it attacking? Okay, it was attacking the farm for a second. Obviously numbers are going to help. And I like how Juan is not really even attacking. He's just trying to let the Scorpions do the job. And I feel like Fire has the numbers, though. It's hard to tell. Fire's going to come out with his Elite Cataphracts and try and clean out these units. Oh, and look at them stacked on top of each other, all the Scorpions, and they all went down. I don't know how many went down, but that was a lot. And yeah, that's the thing with the Scorpions, they can stack. But Miguel getting a huge trade raid. And because these units are like running into each other as they trade, there's so many of them now. So many trade carts are going down. That's awesome. Miguel has made such a huge play, and they've held on this side as well. Onager choice from Dogao, but hasn't really done that much. A little bit of trade rating for both these guys because Dogao's over here, but I think Nikov is here to help out. And I think he'll be fine. He's obviously sending his units over. But back here, that was a significant amount of trade carts going down. And a lot of them still going down as well. It'd be nice to get some Rams in on one of these walls and just get a castle up in that trade. But right here, it seems as though stopping the push did Fire and Goku. And it's been a topsy-turvy match, man. I'm getting a little dizzy. This has been back and forth, and I have to say, you know, paying attention to the res again, it's going to be important. They're all really low on gold, and all resources, really, because they're all spending like crazy. All spending like crazy, and I like it. I like it. That's how this game has played out. They've all been really desperate. Look at that. Just one unit from Dogao in the wood line there. That can cause problems over time. But Juan is pushing in this side. He has the elite Cataphracts. Fire's not really there to help. And Nikov and Miguel is there. Miguel has reboomed so many times this game. It's incredible. He's on 84 vills now, which isn't too shabby. And even as a paladin or two in there to still cause problems in the raid. I like the fact there's like no Mongols or Mayans in this matchup because the trade would have GG'd one of these players by now. You notice Nikov's going Onager. I think that's going to be helpful against the hand cannons and skirms. But back on this side, I think again, like earlier in the game, Juan's going to need some siege. And when he gets to siege, he can continue to push in quite comfortably there. Still trying to pay attention to this trade because it's huge, obviously, if you lose that. I'm not seeing all that much going on as far as trade losses go. However, these guys they're trying to push in and do some damage, obviously. And if you look at the total populations for these players, the only one that's really low is Miguel, but he has 45 military, which is actually on par with most people. So we'll have to see at the end if there's a lot of tribute sent, because I wouldn't be surprised if they're sending a lot of resources. In fact, I want to see if Miguel just has a ton of trade cards at this point. He has 37, which is a decent amount. It's not over the top. But anyway, he's pushing in, and Miguel is like, I don't know how he's getting in, but he is doing it, and this trade rate is huge. And the fact that this lumber camp is here is just causing huge problems, because this amount of trade should not be going down to like 6 paladins, but it is. And that trade's super, super huge. And I love how Juan came back over to the side to help out, because now probably all these ramps are going to die. All these units are going to die from Dogao. And very, very nice. They can even push back if there was some counter siege. Back on this side, though. Oh, ranged units are in the trade. Yes, there's no Mangadai. There's no Mangadai. There's no plumed archers, but there are Persian skirmishers. They don't even get +4, but they're gonna kill trade. They're gonna be able to one-shot it almost. And Goku, he actually has like worked his way around. Like the mini-map's insane, like you said in the chat, but he's worked his way around Juan's buildings. And he has skirmishers here. You should put him on standard. He's picking off so much trade, and the ranged units are so much better at it. Juan's going to come over and clean that up now. But that was really, really nice. Really, really nice. Now, you know, Nikov, Juan, Miguel still in a decent position. They could push back on this side of Juan stayed here. Problem is now for Juan on this side. He's got to keep up the pressure, and looks like he still has some units. We actually have the Siege Onager coming in for Nikov, and I don't know how much success he's going to have with that against the amount of infantry and cavalry we have from the opposing team. The only real range units we've seen were these skirms here. But, you know, it might work out. Got to pay attention to Goku's little front here. I don't know if that's going to have too much success. But Juan, sending some more trade rate. The trade rate has been too hard to follow, man. It's been too hard to follow, but I found that one. And there's the siege as well from Juan. Juan's pushing in on 2 fronts. He has to keep this these trebs protected. He has a couple halbs there. He also has elite catas and needs more as well from fire. He's asking for food because he wants to keep making these elite Cataphract for sure. And obviously he's also defending up here as well, which is really nice play from him. And he has the Cataphracts down here, and I think this is the fatal blow. I think this is. I might have said before, I think this is that, or this is this, or whatever. But also the trample damage upgrade coming in for Juan. But honestly, if he can keep this push coming on this side, it's going to be really strong. As you can see, he's killed a lot of trade here. Not quite enough, but he needs to keep up with this push. Back on this side, though, Dogao could have similar could have a similar push, and I need to just shut up and stop calling it because there's even a ram here. And the ram, they could just take out all the markets, and even if they don't kill them, you know, the markets could just be gone. We'll see. There's no units here really in defense, but Dogao looks like he's going to try and kill the trade cards. I think that's a smarter move. It's going to be hard to kill that many markets, but look at this. Look at this huge mess, guys. Absolutely huge. Back on this side, of course, the push is still coming from Juan, and he's kept the trebs alive. I'm not sure why these weren't addressed, but he has. He's also been raiding villagers. These Cataphracts really, really tanky, and Goku now about to go below 100 villagers. Look, we have Paladin here on this trade. We have down on this side, of course, we have some units from Juan, and over here we have the trade rating from Dogao. Now the Paladin from Miguel coming over pretty quickly, and I'm wondering what Miguel's plan is with these villagers. Possibly going to complete the wall, I'm not sure, but the helps coming in from Dogao could be decent in help against these Paladin, but I think this is the most important push of the game because we have the trebs rolling and we have the Cataphracts as well, and fire really is no help from Goku, let's be honest. He has none whatsoever, and he's going to need it because the raids are great, but if you lose your entire middle of the map, all your trade's dead, and it's going to be important they stop this push. Really important, and that is a lot of elite Cataphracts there from Juan. Now the thing is that the elite Cataphracts are so tanky, they can just run in, lose a couple of them, and take out the trebs. So I think Rams would be a wiser choice. We'll see what they choose to do. And back on this side, looks like they've cleaned it up for now, did Miguel and Nikov. And we'll see. In the middle, a couple Scorpions here joining in the fight. And where is the siege from Juan? I'm not quite sure. Back on this side, this is also cleaned up. I did notice, but too much to focus on. But Goku's going to push in the middle, and he has ranged units, and he's going to push in with the ranged units, and there's halves as well. And these ranged units can kill the trade so fast, like we said. Now, Nikov has the siege onagers, which could clean it up pretty fast, but the thing is, he has to get them over there, and they're so darn slow. And let's just take a quick look back down on this side, because they're still pushing in quite well, but they can't lose all their trade either. This has been probably one of the games with the most trade rating I've seen in quite a while, just because normally a trade rate means GG. But in this situation, when there's like no good trade rating units, it doesn't mean so. But this is enough to turn the game around if it's not addressed. Juan knows that. He's on the ball. He's going to try and help out. Should probably finish that wall. But back on this side, we still have the push coming in. And what's Juan going to do? I feel like he needs to just take out buildings. It doesn't look like he's really doing that. He's going to try and take a fight. And is he going to be successful? Is he going to be able to kill a lot of trade with these elite Cataphracts? I'm not quite sure. Nikov, this is making me laugh, man. Nikov's pushing it on this side as well, and I think it's actually going to be a bad push because there's Paladins could continue to come out from Miguel. They're actually good against elite worlds. He could lose the siege, but saying that Dogao's a lot of units coming out. The ranged units are still there. They're still killing trade. It doesn't look like it's going to last much longer because the siege onager is now there from Nikov, and I think it's wise to keep one there just to clean up everything. And you're right, I can't follow it either. Look at this. We just have the elite Cataphracts following each other. This is absolutely insane. I believe there's a Zero Empires video that says, I have no words for this game. This is like close. Like I can't explain anything in this game right now. It's absolutely insane. As Miguel just sends his Paladins in now, and he's gonna have a go at it as well. Well, back on this side, losing ground is Dogao, and Dogao has onagers as well. I think the only downside for Dogao is that he really doesn't have all that much to kill trade. He needs some, I mean, invest in skirms maybe and try and get trade. But if he takes out the markets, he even has a random trebuchet in here. I don't know what's up with the treb, but that's going to go down. But he has the treb in there. He really wants it bad. Back down on this side, the Cataphracts are still going crazy. And with the little cliff here, that's not really the best. And Juan's just attacking a random trade cart there. And I'm on like super caster mode right now, but I'm going to do it. And finally some siege from Juan. finally some siege. He's sending in the siege, and that's gonna kind of help with this push. Nikov has scorpions. He just ventured them in here, and I don't know how. That'd be really sick if he got scorpions in the trade line. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's smart from Fire to just wait for the fight, but you can't fight Cataphracts versus Cataphracts really efficiently if you're just running. And oh, did it all get killed? What happened? Yeah, well, what happened is that Miguel was trading with a specific market, and that causes problems because when that market was destroyed, he has to send them all back to a new market now. And look at that, lots of units with gold, and they're all going to send back, which is all well and good. They'll start trading again, but just a little bit of delay as the Cataphracts continue to fight. Obviously, everything's fully upgraded at this point in the game, and Juan has a hill advantage here. If he wins this fight, you know, he could just kill this trade then in this little choke point. And I think that he says 11 in the chat, and I think he knows he's going to win the fight. He's just going to kill some trade. Very nice. And he's going to push in with Rams here. And he's going to push it with more Cataphracts here. More helps as well to help out against some Paladin that Goku seems to be creating. And they're holding on this side. Honestly, they're really holding well now, it seems. And they didn't. Their trade wasn't killed. And they're killing some trade on this side. And at least causing problems and drawing attention away from Fire. So I like it. Now, it seems as though Goku's fizzled out on this side as well. The wall has kind of been completed, though we all know there's always a hole. And there's the GG. There's the GG. I think they know now they can't really hold. They're right next to the trade. And that was insane. I kind of wish, honestly, after all of that, I feel like if it was a tournament game, they would have waited a little longer. But after all of that, I kind of wish they would have waited another minute and allowed Fire to come back over and help. You know, it might not have worked out. Juan was really on a roll with his Cataphracts, but, you know, the trade didn't die just yet. You know, it didn't die. The castle didn't even go down. They just lost, like, a castle here, but I feel like Juan was on a roll. And that was insane. There were so many trade rates, I don't even know how many. As far as the achievements go, let's take a quick look at that, because that's probably nuts. We have, well, look at that. In total, well, someone can do the math on that. I'll probably put it in the description of the video on my YouTube. But, yeah, we have Dogao with 918 total kills, and Nikov right behind him with 8 less kills. That's insane, guys. That's absolutely insane. Buildings lost, Goku's 169. That's more than you'll see kills for some players, and that was a crazy game. Absolutely insane. And Miguel's team, like, he ended up really taking that game, even though he went down to just recall he went down to 30 villagers and rebooming. That was a crazy game. It's hard to really recap that one. So all you really look at there is I guess, where's the economy? Trade profit and kills. Nikov had a ton of trade. Goku didn't have all that much. I wish you could see how many trade cards in total were picked off, but can't see that. And what a game, guys. Thank you so much for watching that one. So thank you so much, and let's see if we have another game going here. Oh wow, I have